guys, Silk Naturals sent over a ton of products for us to try out. We've got eyeshadows, we've got blushes, we've got a highlighter, we've got a cleanser, a lip mask, an eyeshadow primer, an eyeliner sealer, and one of the shades was inspired by a look I created. So if you like to see what's inside the box, see what Silk Naturals is all about, stay exactly where you are because we're getting into it right now. P.S. If you guys can hear the fan, I am so sorry, but it is 71 in here and I do not need it to get any hotter. We've got all the lights on, so I know it's going to get hotter. I'm just hoping that it doesn't get too much hotter. It's like 100 degrees outside. It is way too hot. I digress. These are the eye colors that Silk Naturals sent. Just the eye colors. We've got 11 shades here and they are a wide variety of colors. We've got almost the full rainbow. Rest assured we will be swatching them so that we can actually see what the shades look like aside from just looking at it in the bottom, because some of these are duochrome and I need to see the shift, and you can't really see the shift if you just look in the bottom of the little pot. We've also got a highlighter and I believe this is duochrome as well, 4 sheer blushes, 3 slick sticks which I'm pretty sure are glosses, 3 cream blushes, a cream contour, 2 velvet matte lipsticks, a lip mask, a sample of their apricot cleanser, First Base eyeshadow primer, and Line Drive eyeliner sealer. I'm really excited to try this out because I love turning my eyeshadows into eyeliners, and I'm always looking for the best mixing medium I can get my hands on to avoid cracking and have longevity and have the brightest pigment possible. Now let's zoom in and swatch these colors. And I just discovered that every pot comes sealed. Thank goodness. I was wondering why there wasn't a mess in packaging with a bunch of loose pigments in pots. The first shade is the shade Graphite. Chrome. Tonic. Rainbow Sprinkles, the shade inspired by my look, Sugar Rush, Tropical, Sunshine, Alien, Beach Glass, Royal, and Stinger. And those are all 11 eye color shades. As always, I'll insert a photo of the swatches, one with flash here, and one without flash here.
And of course a video close-up so you can see all of the shades in all of their shimmery, glittery, reflective gorgeousness.
Now we've got the 4 sheer blushes. The first shade is Tart Light, Bali, Capri, and Drama. I can't believe I almost forgot the highlighter. This is in the shade Limeade. Now for the cream products, the first HD cream blush is in the shade Frequent Flyer, Limelight, and Instinct. Then the cream contour in the shade Praline. Oh, and it's actually cool toned. Velvet Matte Lipstick in the shade Ink. Wow. And Underground. Then the Slick Stick 2.0s. This one's in the shade Smarty, Permanent Record, and Top Dog. And just for the sake of swatches, the Superfruit Lip Mask. Oh, look, it's clear! Let's smudge these in a little bit. Okay, that is definitely more of a highlighter than a blush. Oh, that contour is so creamy. And here are the last photos of the swatches. Now that we've seen all of the shades and I know which shade was inspired by my previous look, I'm gonna create a pink look today. Since all of the pinks are a metallic or glitter formula, I'm gonna go ahead and go off camera, build a base look with some mattes, and I'll come back and use the shimmer shades on top. I'm definitely gonna be doing a graphic liner too, because I have to try this mixing medium. But before I go off camera, let's prime the eyes. I wanna see what this first base eyeshadow primer is like. I'm really interested to see how this one's going to work. I typically use tinted eyeshadow primers so I can get rid of some of this darkness, but this one is completely clear. So we're gonna see if it's got enough tackiness to get that eyeshadow to stick to cover this up. Oh, interesting. This one says apply to eyelids, let dry, and follow with eye makeup. I don't think I've ever used an eyeshadow base once it was completely dry, just because I typically like to pack on pigment on a tacky base, but we don't need it for this one. Not gonna lie, I kind of love the fact that it's a pump, so you know you're never going to dry out your eyeshadow base on accident. Don't really know how much to use. Let's just start with that much and see where it goes. Wow, interesting. It's like a clear gel. A little bit viscous, but really not watery or anything. It's like jelly. Wow, that literally feels like I'm putting water on my eye. You know, that also kind of makes me wonder if you're supposed to let it dry before you go with any eyeshadow, if you can blend out creasing once it happens, or if I just need to keep my eye stretched out while it's drying so that it doesn't crease. We'll try that on this first eye and see if leaving my eye stretched out while it's drying will help. Okay. And now we wait. Okay, I think maybe we're dry. At least I don't see a whole bunch of shininess left. It's a little bit tacky, but not like a wet tacky. I'm gonna start by taking a soft pink shade just through the crease. That way we can sort of set the tone for the look, if you will. Literally. Okay, we got shadows sticking down, no problem. And it looks like the shadow is sticking well enough that it is covering up any darkness I've got. That's awesome, because I was a little worried. I just wasn't sure if it was going to cover what I needed it to cover, but it is. We are good. Then using a little bit lighter and a little bit cooler of a pink tone, I'm gonna blend that shade out. Oh, that pink is gorgeous. gorgeous. I'm gonna go ahead and fill the brow bone too, just to make sure I get all of this mattified all at the same time. Then using a deeper maroon pink shade, I'm gonna start deepening up the crease a little bit. You know, I really thought this was gonna be one of those bases that were gonna be a lot better for like neutral eyeshadow looks, something smoky and glam. Typically, non-tinted eyeshadow bases are a little better for that because I feel like it kind of makes the formula a little bit more velvety and smooth, or at least it appears that way because it's going just on your own eye skin color. But this does an amazing job, even being a clear eyeshadow base. It's just kind of surprising, that's all. Then just work that blend, baby. Blend, blend, blend. Well, I think that was one of the easiest matte looks we have ever done. I'm gonna go ahead and do the other side off camera and I'll be right back so we can move on to the shimmer. Now that all of the mattes are applied, it's time to cut the crease area. I'm gonna use my cellar water and some pointed cotton swabs before I go in with some more eyeshadow base. Now time to cut the crease. I've gotten the shape cleaned out. We have a blank slate ready to move in on, and I'm gonna use the same eyeshadow base and the same brush and just try to make this line as clean as possible. The anticipation waiting for this dry down is killing me. I just poured the shimmers out of the pot onto my little palette here, and just looking at them, I'm so excited to use them. They're just so pretty. And since they're loose pigments, I can control the intensity so I can build them up to be super, super intense, which I'm so excited about. So we're gonna do a little bit of an ombre effect on the lid. I'm first gonna take the maroony pink shade that I used in the crease and just lightly blend the edge of the eyeshadow base into the crease, just so there's not that really hard disconnect anymore. Just lightly buffing that into the outer V, but I'm not really even filling the outer V with it because I want that to be mainly shimmer. I just like it to melt into the other shades. So it's more like a half outer V, I guess you could say. Now we're gonna use the shade Stinger on just that outer V area. Oh, wow. Okay, I did not expect that to be that intense. Jeez, maybe I am gonna need to blend that with the matte a little bit more because that's a highlighter. It's funny, it doesn't look like that when you look at just the powder, but the sheen in it is so intense. And it's definitely a duochrome because when you just look at it, it looks like a dark purple pink, really. The reflect though is icy blue. I'm living right now. That is too cool. I really like that. Now for the shade inspired by my pink look, we're using Sugar Rush, and that's gonna go all down the center, leaving just a tiny bit in the inner corner open. Oh my gosh! These are so intense! And they even blend together seamlessly. Oh my gosh, it looks like I have something wet on my eyelids. It's so reflective. Then to finish off the inner corner, I'm using Rainbow Sprinkles. Wow, that one's more intense than the previous two. And I'm really not mad about it. Oh, this really does have rainbow sprinkles. I thought it was just pink. It looks like a dusty pink with like silver specks, but there's literally a rainbow inside of that. What's really good about these loose pigments is I poured out way too much on my mixing palette. You definitely think you're gonna need more than you actually do, so use it sparingly. Honestly, I could have probably just dipped the brush in the top of the sifter where the excess product was sitting, but I didn't think about that. I thought I would just pour it out and, you know, be prepared. And so far, this is the only shade that has fallout. I mean, it makes sense, it's a glitter shade and it's very loose, but man, is it worth the fallout, because that is gorgeous. Now that the eye look is pretty much complete, let's add some eyeliner. I'm so excited to use the Line Drive Eyeliner Sealer. I love making eyeliners like this, and I'm gonna use the shade Tonic to make the eyeliner. It's like a gray silver looking shade, but it's got a blue flip to it, and I think a blue liner on top of this pink would just look beautiful. Now, I don't really have any idea how much it's gonna take to make this, so let's just start with one pump and see where it goes from there as I make a huge mess. Oh, it's already looking so pretty, and I just started. I don't know if you can see the blue flip in it though. Okay, maybe now you can see how beautiful this is. Oh, you still can't really tell. Maybe if I turn down the brightness a little bit. I mean, you can kind of see that it's got a blue tone to it, but it's still sort of grayish, but it's also got a pinky purple flip. I love the shade. I kind of wish I would have done a blue look now and just put this all over the lid because it's so pretty. Where's my brush? Oh, there's my brush. But now let's make a graphic liner. I'm just gonna follow the crease line I've already made right above it. That way it sort of encompasses the darkness. Let me zoom you guys in for this part just so Hopefully you can see the flip that's in it. Oh, I'm afraid it's gonna be too big because this brush is kind of bent a little bit. Oh, that shade is so cool. That is so cool. You guys, I am in love with this stuff. The mixture is amazing. It's super smooth and creamy, and it's not drying down cracked, which is everything I could ask for in a mixing medium. With the eyes now done, I'm gonna go ahead and do my base makeup off camera, and we'll come back and try the cream products. Our base is now complete. Let's add some color to these cheeks. Now, one of these is like a highlighter-y kind of finish, so I'm pretty sure I'm gonna use that as an actual highlighter rather than a blush. I can't imagine what this would look like all over the cheeks as a blush. Probably very, very glowy. And with this textured skin, I'm not about that life. So it's between Instinct and a Frequent Flyer. One is more, I would say, like a raspberry kind of pink. The other is more like a purpley pink. I feel like this would match the look a whole lot better, but it is also very iridescent, so I don't know. Yeah, I don't think I'm feeling the like bright fuchsia pink, so let's go with Instinct. So I put it on the back of my hand so it can be warmed up, and I'm gonna go ahead and saturate the bristles of the brush beforehand. Then we will apply it just to avoid any excessive pigment going down way too fast, since we all know I'm really not good at moderation. This is a very pink blush. I'm gonna start with a brush application to see if it goes on smoothly that way. If it doesn't, or if it starts peeling anything up, then I'll just go in with my finger and tap it into place instead. But so far, I think we are all right. But it's not building up fast enough for me, so I am gonna go ahead and use my finger. It is building though. It's a really soft pink at first. Let's see if we can make it extra pink. Oh good, it's buildable, and you can start out with just a light wash of color if you want to, or you can really take it there like I'm about to. Oh yes, okay, the color is phenomenal. Now that I've blended the blush out, the purple flip that it has in it makes a gorgeous highlighter with this look. I'm in love with this blush. Now we get to try out the cream contour in the shade Praline. Again, taking the product just on the back of my hand so it can warm up, and I'm just gonna use the same brush that I used in the bronzer, but I'm gonna try and be a lot more concentrated with my application, so I'm only taking it on just the very edge of the brush. And I'm going to build very slowly, or at least attempt to. This is kind of deep, so I want to keep it really minimal on the application. Plus, with it being cool toned, it's just to add some dimension and shadow to the look without building it up too much. Oh, that's perfect. Cool toned dimensional contour. Exactly what it should be. And add just a little bit right at the temple to deepen up that area. It's like creating the outer V of my face. I gotta remember that. I like that a lot. And we blend upward slightly, never downward. Now adding a little bit to the outer recesses of my hairline. Again, just to add a little bit of shadow in those areas. Let's sharpen up this chin a little bit. Mine's very round, so I like to add a little bit of emphasis just on the side so that it sort of slims that shape down a little bit. And then last, let's add some to the sides of the nose. Yet another very nice cream, melted in beautifully. Now for the HD cream blush in the shade Limelight. Again, this is like a highlighter shade, and that's what I'm gonna use it as. This time I am only using a finger application. I'm just applying to the higher points of my cheekbone. Oh my gosh, that's stunning. Oh, I like that a lot. That's gonna look so good on the no makeup days. I just wanna add a little bit of glow to the cheekbones, but I don't wanna make it super intense. Oh, and it melts in so beautifully. Now let's set the face, and we'll use the sheer blush and the powder highlight. While I was setting the face, I went ahead and finished off the eyes as well. For lashes, I used the Gerard Cosmetics lashes in the style #Kiki. They're so fluttery and cute. And for the sheer blush today, I'm choosing Tarte Light. This one is the most pinky out of all of them. And I'm using the same brush that I used in the cream blush. I just took the excess off, and I'm gonna go ahead and put this on the back of my hand, just like previously. Get that pigment really worked into the bristles, then apply to the face. Oh, see on the back of my hand, this looks like neon pink, like highlighter neon, but on the cheek, it kind of softens a little bit. It's still that more vibrant shade of pink, but it goes kind of to like a rosy pink instead. Still beautiful though. Oh, and that sheen from that highlighter still underneath. Oh, I love it. And yet again, we have a buildable formula. You can leave it as that light wash if you want, or you can build it up to where it actually looks like it is in the pot, like I did on the high points of the cheeks. Now for our highlighter. I think I said this was in the shade Limelight before. It's not, it's Limeade. I think Limelight was one of the eyeshadow shades, possibly, or maybe the highlighter. Oh, it's the highlighter, that's what it is. But this is actually Limeade. Now this does not seem like it's a for the faint of heart highlighter. I think this is more like a, you know, see it from space sort of highlight. So I'm gonna try to build slowly. Wow, even that tiny little bit is so intense. It's a really interesting shade too. I mean, it looks kind of like white silvery with the reflect, but it's really like a, well, like a limeade green kind of color. I mean, that's it on the back of my hand, and it's kind of greeny, but once it goes on the skin, it doesn't really show the greeniness so much. Now it is on top of pink, and red is the opposite of green, so it's probably helping negate some of that green by going on top of the pink, turning it more into a neutrally kind of shade, but it's still really pretty. There we go. Okay, so you can build it up and get more of that green tint if you want it, which I don't actually mind in this case because it's not like a green that I wouldn't necessarily want on my face. I don't know, I don't think I would want to put like a forest green highlighter on my face. But this kind of tealy green, more like mint, works for being on top of the skin because it's a little bit lighter. Ooh, I would love to see this on someone with deep skin. Then you would actually see some of that minty tint. I bet this highlighter would be great on top of a pastel eyeshadow look too. Yeah, that's amazing. And now let's finish off the entire look with the lips. Now I was gonna use one of the lipsticks and then put gloss on top of it, but I really don't feel like black or dark brown are the lips for today's look. So instead I'm gonna use the Slick Stick 2.0 in the shade Top Dog. It's this gorgeous like iridescent pastel-y pink, and I think it is gonna be perfect for this look. Plus it's glossy, and I just feel like some gloss is necessary. Oh my gosh, why is it so cute? Okay, with the Slick Stick applied, that is it for the entire look using all Silk Naturals products. What do you guys think? I literally loved everything that I used. The look is gorgeous. All the products worked amazingly, and I am so totally obsessed with this Line Drive eyeliner sealer, and I cannot wait to use this on all of my eyeshadows ever and make more eyeliner. Like, you can literally have every color eyeliner you want without buying the eyeliner. Just use your eyeshadows. It's amazing. Anyway, guys, that's it for me for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please don't forget to give me a thumbs up just to let me know. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button right down there and the little notification bell right beside subscribe so that you'll be alerted every time I upload a new video. Also, if you like this look and you want to see more looks like them, you can follow me on Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, and TikTok. My username is the same for everything. It's just ChristopherJMUA. I love you guys so much, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!